Welcome to day 85 of This Is the Police, or in This Is the Police, maybe that's the correct way of saying it. Anyway, the headlines today: Bigfoot Athletic Shoe Store organises charity marathon, and number of buses increased on all route, and expert municipal public... Oh god, I've gone wrong already. And the final one that I cocked up there was expert municipal public toilets need major repairs. Yeah, that's gone to the toilets, hasn't it? See here, everything still, and I don't understand this thing. And Kurodu, he can hardly walk straight, but you've got two bars, mate. Oh, gee. Yeah, you can go home, you can have a bit of a rest, and you were up all night. No, you're well rested, you need to stay at work, woman. God damn it, we can't have people go off because they read a book all night, can we? A-Shift is working today on October the 7th, and we can request some stuff from City Hall, and we'll just do everything, because maybe we get it. Armed robbery, first call of the day. At the Blitz Cafe, 4 men flagged down a truck outside a diner, then pulled the truck's driver out of the cab. The diner's cook called it in. Now they're searching the truck, and one of the men is carrying an axe. That is, I wouldn't necessarily consider it an armed robbery, such that implies a firearm. In my mind, at least, but whatever. We'll get 3 officers down there just to have a bit of a look and try and arrest the alleged robbers. We have an extortion at the Freeburg High School. We have received a complaint from some students who say their new physical education teacher, is that PA? Yeah, probably is. Yeah, it seems like some of this game was written by Americans and some of it was written by British people, because some of the terms are very American and others are very British. Like, this has been called middle school, and we now have physical education as well. Anyway, but the new PE teacher is extorting money from them for grades. That's not really extorting, I think. That's just not being okay as a teacher. But we'll send down 2 officers and have a look. Certainly, I don't think it's like pointing a gun at their head and going, yeah, I need your money, man. Otherwise, I won't give you a grade. The robbery, though, is being stepped up here more serious. We'll get Fall and the annoying chap. Hopefully they'll shoot him in the faces out there. It's all happening now. We got reports from the extortion call. We have 3 pending calls sitting out there up here in the top, you can see. One is an unlawful assembly. We'll get to that later on. Let's get cracking here. The police arrive at the gym during recess, and the gym teacher spots them and tries to escape. But the other exit is chained shut, and the windows are secured with thick steel screen. Sorry, got that confused. We can fire some shots into the air because we are fucking Rambo, mate. Get out the cuffs, calm down, we just want to talk. Always a good one. Climbs up the rope to the ceiling of the gym. Light the rope on fire? No, we can't do that. I can wait, my shift just started. Climb up after the rope after him. That's not going to end well, because at some point he's just going to drop down on our faces, so we'll just stand down there. I mean, he's not going to get away, is he? He's just climbed up a rope and just wait. We can always call the fire brigade if we need to. But here we go, we got lots of stuff here. We have at City Hall is drivers gathered in the City Hall parking lot protesting against the recent increase in vehicle tax. According to one eyewitness, they set fire to several tyres, but otherwise they're behaving fairly well. Other calls include a suspicious individual called in an emergency, whispering hysterically. How can you whisper hysterically? No, that doesn't work. He said that he's sitting in the kitchen of the that thing there. The word Memphis, that's not Memphis, is coming over for a drink. It's a goddamn devil. Come get him. And I've gone for the same one. This one here is at St. John's Cathedral. An assault an elderly homeless man was found urinating on the wall of the cathedral. One of the parishioners who found him grew furious. He threw the old man to the ground and beat the bottoms off his feet, shouting, "You're an animal, you don't deserve to walk his earth." We now have mafia assignment, port later on, whatever, armed robbery. Let's see here, off in the court. Okay, yeah. We know that's going on. We'll try and see if somebody will get back soon, so we can get everyone back and probably assign to one of these calls. But we'll just see here who gets back. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So we have a couple of calls out here. People are returning. We'll go ahead and jump on the assault now out here. We'll get 2 coppers down there. They can have a look-see around, and then we'll jump on the unlawful assembly down here with 4 coppers. Yeah, let's go with that. Somebody just came back here, so we can now have 2 officers go out to the weird call. And we have an armed robbery down here. 3 officers just at the city centre. Let's have a look here, because this doesn't match up with what I expected. Tony Brigham, I spoke quickly on the phone. I just brushed up against some arsehole in a blue baseball cap out on the street. And he came up behind me, jabbed me in the back with a gun, and took my wallet and my watch and my gold ring. While I was looking for a payphone to call the police, I saw him again. He's 10 yards away. I'm looking right at him. Okay, yeah, we definitely want to get some coppers out of there then, if we have the guy right on scene. And Chris G. Sand was apparently disappointed. I don't know why. But we are a wee bit overloaded now. We are pretty much... Oh, yeah, there we go. This is... Okay, everyone is tied up. Okay. So, veteran Daniel Crockett, what's he a veteran at? I don't know. But veteran Daniel, not Davy Crockett, that's something else, isn't it? Daniel Crockett claims that his neighbour, a student, is constantly taking shits on his front porch. Hang on. No, I read that right. That is just taking a shit on a porch. Got it. Look, he's nearly plastered every step. He's asked to stop. I can probably guess why he's annoyed with that. There's shit on his store. An official from the mayor's office will be visiting a bookstore today to present his biography, The Great Big Man's Business. It is necessary to ensure his safety. Well, I'm sorry, but we're quite busy now. We have no one available. And then I'm requesting assistance at City Hall. Well, I'm sorry, I can't send any. Unlawful reports at the neighbour, offender court, officers unharmed. Right, I didn't assign that many, did I? Anyway, armed robbery at the city centre. Oh, there's another bloke pissing there, isn't it? There's a few people on the street, 2 of them wearing baseball caps. Yeah, grab the man in the baseball cap or the one in the blue baseball cap. Well, could we just carefully observe. Words are very difficult. The suspect strikes a police officer and reaches for his gun. Grab a passerby and use her as a human shield. Shoot him with a taser. Fire a warning shot. We'll go for the warning shot to intimidate and scare him because we can't shoot him. That wasn't a choice, otherwise I would have. But so then we fired a warning shot and he did comply. And the assault at St. John's Cathedral, I've got to just mentally sort out all of these calls as we see them here. Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians were unharmed. Suspect obviously was, or the pisser was. Yeah, the drunk man, this is the suspicious individual called. The drunk man confused his regular drinking companion with the devil. Well, maybe he liked to go drinking with the devil. We technically don't really know, do we? Now, I suspect that we need to play a bit nice with the mafia for the thing they had going on at the port later on. The actual culprits were a couple of stray dogs at the... Yeah, okay, that was the vandalism. Assault at the foundry. Yeah, so what I want to finish up is I'll probably have to be nice to Mr. Sand so we don't get on his bad side and he gets all murdery with us. That'd be rather unfortunate. Enraged by the latest wave of cuts at the Sorry, I'll try that sentence again. That went horribly wrong for me. Enraged by the latest wave of cuts at the plant, Adair Ortiz attacked his boss and beat him severely. His co-workers are afraid Mr. Ortiz has really snapped and called the police. One of the Husky ironworkers said this. Hang on, has this gone into an erotic novel of some description? Really describing something as husky outside of a lady's book is probably a bit wrong. Anyway, we always have problems with Ada. He gets angry a lot, but this time it's different. His eyes are bloodshot, he's howling like a war base, and he's about to throw the bus into a vat of molten metal. Well, we should probably get a couple of officers down there, shouldn't we? We'll get Griffith and Nordlander, our German bloke, and that guy as well, just to have someone there, really. Hang on. I've just realised that we can click on this skyscraper here, and it says Atticus core out here. What's this? 8 of your lucky subordinates can go into luxury house party and relax properly. Officer slot. Atticus Core would be happy to make a donation to the police department on your behalf so you can hire another officer. And a bank account which the prosecutor's office cannot possibly access. If anyone is investigating you, they won't be able to find your money. That's very good. I may get that one. Or a safety rating, I can get rid of an employee so they can hire them over there. That's also clever, isn't it? I'm very intrigued by this thing. There's no price here, so I'm guessing I'll pay for that in some other way. Presumably by being caught out at some point, but we have a lots of dosh over there. So, yeah, sure, yeah, let's go for this one. Let's see here, you can deposit over... Ooh, no, I don't think I'm under investigation. So I'll hold off here. Yeah, we don't know about that one. Everyone's very busy all of a sudden. Yes, see, here we have this to deal with, and it will take us a long time and everyone will be there, I have decided. Adair Ortiz is standing over a vat of molten metal. He's wearing a protective suit and holding his unconscious boss by the throat, screaming like a wild man. Shoot the suspect, which will probably make the poor bloke fall into the molten metal. Push the suspect away, put the suspect and victim away from the vat, or bring the suspect to his senses with a warning shot. Oh, this is quite a good one. Let's try and shoot into the air. Kapow, kapow, kapow. Let's see here. Civilians were unharmed apart from the fact that he was knocked unconscious. I'm guessing there was no permanent damage as such, is what I'm guessing here. And we now have drug trafficking at the Hells on Wheels car dealership. We received an anonymous tip that a local car dealership is being used to smuggle heroin. According to the anonymous source, the drugs are hidden in a spare tyre. You'll say. Let's get SWAT channel. We'll get everyone. Okay, we can't get everyone, but we can get most people down there. That's why we didn't go to that one, and we need to hold somebody in reverse. No, not reverse. Yeah, we'll hold somebody in reverse. Not in, reserve. Thank you, Chris G. Sanya. He's happy. I'm mostly doing it for the rating, Well, could you not kill people when I let you get away with crimes? That'd be really nice. As like a nice gesture and that. Yeah, none of this is really checking out, so I've no idea. I am really tempted to get that secret account because I don't know how it works with investigating and that. I'll finish that thought now. Yeah, I don't know how it works with investigations and that, with whether or not they detect that immediately when an investigation is launched into me. So I'm guessing that I can kind of hold off until an eventual investigation will be done into me, and then I'll just do it then. But if only tip came who was hoping to harm the car dealership's reputation, could we not arrest them then? Because that's what I'd do. We'll end the day here though. Let's see here, people are tired. We can get Kochi, the German bloke. Who else? The Toad and Fall. No, Fall, please. Thank you. You can stay in, and that'll be it, really, I think. Day 86, then. And City Hall cuts prison funding. Terrible idea. The Christopher G. Center Ice Arena hosts Stalin's double competition. And Stuntman killed for... I'll try that one again, Christ. Stuntman killed filming Bloody Shirt 5. And our rating? Mafia... Hang on! I just did something for the Mafia. And they like me less now. Hey? And let's see here who's complaining. Tar, I think you forgot to feed my house. Can I have the day off? No, you can't. The court is deciding the custody case of my children today. They're crying and afraid they won't be allowed to live with me. Can I have to get rid of this hearing? Can you give me the day off? Hang on. Somebody's talked about that before. I don't recall if it was you or not. Yeah, you can, but you'll have to come in tomorrow. You're too tight. You can hardly walk straight. Yet you are. And we can now give 2 stripes. For I don't know who deserves these stripes. Let's give one to Jensen. He deserves one, and probably Farl as well, just so we get a bit of boasting going on. Onto the map we go, and let's see here. Anything? Request result. I can hire more detectives. Oh, Jesus, you're very good, but you're very old. I don't think you're going to stay around for long, so we'll go for Cynthia Amy's, I don't know. It's a very weird thing. Request resort. I can hire another police officer. That doesn't look like it Tommy. I'll be honest with you. I'm not particularly prejudiced, but that's not a Tommy. What else we got? We'll hire this one over here who might actually have any kind of belief in who they are as a human being. Let's see, raise 10% more. Oh, gee, look at that. We're being spoiled for money. Armed robbery, though, at the Live Good mini market. 3 drunk women enter the all-night store, grabbed a drink of Diet Coke, and when the shopkeeper walked into the back room, they climbed behind the counter, grabbed the shotgun, and wounded the shopkeeper, the shopkeeper's wife. Lives on the 2nd floor. Called the police, so we'll assign a couple of officers down there. We'll get Mr. Spanky, Iwasi, J-Dog, Gorbachev, and yeah, Kochi, because she's very good. And we now have a suspicious individual in the ghetto. The Black Handsome Barbershop called to report that a man in a hood and sunglasses asked for a haircut so that no one could recognise him. Hairdresser Emmett Brooks suspected that the man may be on the run from the law. He even agreed to dye his hair blonde. There's obviously something wrong, but we'll send down 2 officers. We'll get Jensen and the tortoise. No, not a tortoise, the turtle. No, not a turtle. The wrong kind of animal. A toad. You know, a frog. I don't think he's French, but certainly he's a frog. The women are having fun drinking alcohol and throwing food around the store. When they see the police, one of them grabs a shotgun and opens fire. Wait until the criminals run out of ammunition. That seems like a terrible idea. Rush through the store or walk around the store and use the back door. Let's do that. Sneak in and just shoot them. Unless they surrender, obviously. If they don't, you just shoot them in the faces and then they stop being criminals. They stop being humans as well, but that's a separate issue. We have a shooting going on. Carmelo Cowan has been fighting with his 47-year-old mother's 23-year-old boyfriend. Whoa, hang on. Yeah, so the mother is 42 years old. The boyfriend is 23 years old. I can get why he's been fighting. Just putting it out there that does make sense. I mean, technically they could be of the same age, which must be weird. Like, your parents' partner is the same age as you? Just, no, oh, that's wrong. A neighbour called the police and said that these people had been at it for a long time, shouting at each other in the street. Then things suddenly went downhill fast. They started fighting. They have been fighting for a while, but okay. And the son pulled out a gun and opened fire on the others. The woman was shot in the leg, and her boyfriend got at least 3 shots in the stomach. So it's more than just a shooting, isn't it? We got 2 people shot. That's quite serious. We'll send down several coppers. For some reason, we can't send SWAT. Not entirely sure why. It seems like a good idea to send that when somebody's been, shooting people, but apparently not. A suspicious individual call came back right here. The man just wanted to surprise his wife on their wedding anniversary. Apparently, I've gone German. An adoption from the kindergarten, though. Kindergarten teacher Carolina Cunningham reports that Alevtina. Oh dear, I'm being challenged here with all of these foreign names, ain't I? I'll try this one. Alevtina oh Christ. Alevtina Vasilina. I'll just call it Alevtina Vaseline. Burst into the nursery, grabbed her son and tried to run. The school knew she lost custody in the divorce. So I don't know what's going on now. So security stopped her. She tried to escape through the exit. And now the suspect has locked herself in a room and is demanding that the school release her son. But you're not in a school, you're at a kindergarten. Oh, and the shooting is, not surprisingly, more serious than initially thought. They are requesting reinforcements. We'll get Mr. Spanky, Michael Gorbachev, and that's it. I wanted to get David Mitchell, but apparently he's not allowed to go. And now there's a child abuse in the burps. An elderly disabled woman watched from her window as her mother struck her young son in the face and then began to drown him in an inflatable pool. Harry, cried the hurried woman. Yes, we do need to save the pool. You are very right, woman. We are sending down our officers and they are responding with lights and siren. A suspicious individual at the Octopus restaurant. A young waitress reports that a wanted fugitive just entered her restaurant. I don't remember what his name was or what he did, but the TV said he was very, very dangerous. 2 coppers, off you go. We have literally just blocked ourselves completely out. Abduction at the kindergarten, though. Children and caregivers are crowding around the door. Literally the worst thing they could possibly do. Literally get them away. Preferably get them evacuated out of the area entirely. Find another entrance to the room. Everyone get away from the door immediately. Look, it's Santa Claus out on the street. Yeah, get them all away. Behind the door, the child is yelling and then speaks in a murmur. I want my daddy in the background. There's sound of someone trying to open a window. This is the police. Open the door. Let's not make things work. Knock on the door. Send a very sweet and friendly child in to negotiate. No, let's try and knock on the door. Maybe that'll work. It did work, because people open doors when you knock. People are just very kind. Shooting report. Offender called. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed! Hey! Despite the fact that they were shot, both of them, they were unharmed. That's how we do it here in Freeburg PLE. We don't let anyone get shot, even if they get shot. How's that for a fiver, eh? The Atticus Corps is asking for something here. Mr. Boyd, we were able to demolish the park next to the skyscraper, but now there's another problem. We've begun work at this site, and someone's been sneaking in at night and stealing construction materials. Either my guards are deaf, or they're in it with the thieves. Send over a few of your men and have them cover the perimeter and grab anyone suspicious. But don't take the thieves to the police station. I'll deal with the bastards my way. No, I'm sorry, you're going to have to call it in as a crime and we'll investigate it like that. Child abuse report, let's see here. Offender called, officers unharmed. Yes, and the child was unharmed as well. That's great news. Suspicious individual. Christ, it's all happening now. The man was Manuel Torreblanca, a Latin American soap opera star. The waitress must have seen an advertisement for Mr. Torreblanca's show and makes it up with a police bulletin about the wanted list. Oh well, that happens, you know. Yeah, we'll have to leave the Atticus people to do their own thing, I suppose. Now we have an attempted murder at the side park. A stoned voice shouted through the emergency line that some guy with a top hat was going to saw a woman in half at the park. The animal has no limits. He's going to kill the poor girl. He was chanting to the crowd of crazies who gathered around to watch. It's like it's some kind of sacrifice. Please send every cop you can. Are we sure this is not just some magician doing a trick? We'll send down 2 officers and have... Come on, it's a magician. You get Mr. Spanky as well. The Mafia has an assignment at the... that place there later on. Let's have a look at what kind of call it is. Just to be careful, we don't want to, you know, not respond to a mass shooting or something. But if it's a bit of drug dealing, sure, we'll let it slide. As long as they don't murder anyone. Attempted report. Yeah, it was only... Yeah, pretty much as I expected then. We now have a fight on the beach. 4 black men with shovels and metal detectors were walking along the beach and came upon something valuable. First they hurried to dig up the big find, but before they finished digging, they'd begun to swear and argue over each other's shares. The man with the grey beard got tired of his friend and bashed the guy's head in with a metal detector. He fell over dead on the sand. The remaining 3 are still going at it. An eyewitness called the police and recommends that we hurry. Now, I don't know how sturdy metal detectors are, but I suspect you can't really use enough, they probably break before you use enough force to kill anyone with it. I personally have a gun with a shovel, if I had the choice. But oh well, we'll send down a few officers down there. We'll get Jensen, the Toad, Dixon, Fall, and Cunnilingus, and George Best. Oh, we now have a theft on Route 22. Pavel Holop said that he paid a girl to spend the night with him last night. In the morning, he said goodbye to her, but later when he went to the closet to find some jewelry worth $3,000 had disappeared. Mr. Holop is prepared to show the police where the girl can usually be found. Alright, can we do him for prostitution as well? Or certainly for soliciting. That's the thing, right? Yeah, we should definitely do him for solicitation. Do her for being a prostitute, and do her for the theft as well. So we can take everyone to jail, or we can go ahead, get her to give him the thing back and not take anyone to jail. But that's, you know, street logic, I think. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Apart from the dead bloke, civilians were unharmed. Or maybe he wasn't harmed anyway. Maybe it was all wrong. All went well there then. We now have a massive fight. Yeah, we can't really ignore a call called a massive fucking fight here. So if you could avoid not causing those, you know, like people. Theft report came in here. Okay, offender escaped, officers unharmed, loot found jewellery. We gotta try and be nice now. Reports coming in here, nothing found. Nothing found. Abduction. Oh, new frames found from the abduction. So let's see here, do we have enough to try and go for it? Maybe we do. Let's see, Mrs. McCain. The girl's mother. My husband and I are divorced and he's suing for full custody of Alex. Well, probably because you called... I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl with that name. Which is an issue. If you are going to name your child, please make it pretty clear what gender they are. Because Alex, that doesn't tell you anything. It just makes you seem like you're dyslexic. And my lawyer says his chances are 0 and I think he knows it too. Now it looks like he decided not to wait for the courts. Just takes what he wants, like alcoholics always do. But how could he do this with his own daughter? He must have used one of his cronies to help grab her. They are always hitting the bottle and ready for trouble. Him and his old family are a bunch of drunks and a bunch of trouble. Why did you marry him then? Okay, but Mr. McCain, father of the girl, First, I've been sober as a judge for a month now. I go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings all the time. Secondly, I only let Alex out of my sight for a second. It was Timothy Gallagher. It was Timothy Gallagher came up. I'll read this as a northern because I think that makes more sense than it was Timothy Gallagher came up. He's great. We talked for just a second while my daughter was playing by the hill. When I turned to check on her, she was nowhere. Completely gone. I think it was Gladys who made off with her. She's already trying to set the judge against me. She says I'm unfit to be a father. That did make more sense than trying to read it in a normal accent. So Timothy Gallagher, a friend from the AA, the Automobile Association. Yes, I saw Gordon and his daughter in the park. We just talked for a moment. He was going to walk with her down the hill, so I took his hand and left. What? Yes, I saw Gordon and his daughter in the park. We just talked for a moment. He was going to walk with her down the hill, so I took his hand and left. What? Are you fucking with my brain here? I don't understand. Like, that doesn't make sense. Adrian, a teenager in a corn costume. I should have read that before I said it out, because that's okay. I didn't expect that one to come up, but okay. Right, let's try Adrian, a teenager in a corn costume. I was handing out leaflets in the park. I noticed two men drinking whiskey straight from the bottle, sitting on a bench near a roller coaster, and I saw a girl in a blue dress. She was playing near the hill, and then she bent down to pick up something from the ground. Then an elderly woman walked up, and she took the girl by the hand, and they walked away. The woman walked like she was dizzy. What does Mr. Holmes? Is he dressed? No, he's just a valet bloke. I didn't see anything suspicious. A drunk driver hit the trash can in the middle of the parking lot, left some light paint behind, and just drove off like nothing happened. Not really relevant to us. So what we have here, this is a playground. She went to pick something up. Grabby, grabby, walkie, walkie. Drinky, oh no, probably drinky, drinky. And then what is that? And then could it be that? And then I don't think we technically have enough here. Maybe you just need to reorganize these. I mean, these all seem to be... So they were there, right? They're having a bit of drinky. Oh, me teddy bear's falling over. And then over here, oh, I've got to pick up the teddy bear. And then woman walked by. Woman lets child into back. I mean, this doesn't match up with that, does it? In terms of what's on the pickup truck there. Oh, well. We'll just leave that one for later then. We now have a massive fight. Yeah, we're going to have to take that one just on the grounds of it being a massive fight. We can't really ignore that. I'm terribly sorry, Chris G-san, but you just got to not have massive fights if you don't want us to attend. Our officers arrived at the massive fight. The crowd is screaming on the dance floor and people are crawling around and struggling to get up. Meanwhile, the state musicians are fighting with some of the more violent fans. Clear the way using nightsticks to grab people who can't stand up before they're crushed. Young people, concert's over, time to go home. Let's try and grab the people who are down out here. So what does it say here? The vocalist started yelling into the microphone. Fuck the cops, piss on the pigs. People begin to rush the police. Run out of the club, shoot the loudspeaker next to the vocalist. Or get out the taser and prepare to play defense. I wouldn't get out my taser. I'd get out my baton or my pepper spray. But baton's probably your best bet because you can like hit people with it and it really hurts. So let's try and do the tasty bits out here. Offender caught. One offender was caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Yes, Chris G-san, I know you're very disappointed. And whatever. We'll end the day here. And I think we'll also end this video right here. I hope you've enjoyed this look at This Is the Police. We'll be back on Sunday. Sorry, I'm getting my dates mixed up. But Sunday with more This Is Police. And tomorrow there will be LSPDFR, and then the getaway on Saturday, and then Sunday. Yeah, words are very difficult. It's early January. Terribly sorry. Goodbye.